I found a hidden compartment in my grandmother's antique jewelry box. Inside wasn't jewels, but a single yellowed photograph of a man I've never seen before, along with a tarnished silver locket. When I opened the locket, my blood ran cold. It contained a tiny, intricate drawing of my own house, but with one key difference: a small, boarded-up window on the second floor that doesn't exist in reality. My grandmother always told me stories about her youth, but she was always vague about the years she lived in that old house before she met my grandfather. She developed a severe stutter after a childhood accident, and would often trail off when asked about it. She passed away when I was 10, leaving me her antique collection, including the jewelry box. I'd inherited the house too, a place I'd always felt a strange, unsettling familiarity with, despite never having lived there. Last week I decided to finally renovate the attic. As I was clearing out old boxes, I found a loose floorboard. Beneath it, a small, leather-bound diary. The handwriting matched my grandmother's, but the words, they were chilling. She wrote about the man in the walls, about the whispers that followed her, and about the boarded-up window meant to keep something in. She described the man in the photo, the one I found in the locket, as her tormentor. He'd apparently lived in the walls of that house, a squatter, a phantom who preyed on her. She'd managed to escape, but not before he'd done something. Something she couldn't bring herself to write down, only hinting at a sacrifice to seal him away, which she believed was the cause of her stutter and the accident. The diary entries grew more frantic towards the end of her time in the house. She wrote about the man returning, about him trying to break into her room, about her boarding up the window as a desperate act of containment. She mentioned a key that would unseal the prison. The last entry simply read, "He's coming for the key, I have to hide it." I felt a prickle of unease. What key? And where would she hide something so important? I looked at the locket again, the drawing of the house, the boarded-up window. It wasn't a window, I realized with a sickening lurch. It was a door, a hidden door. Driven by a morbid curiosity I couldn't explain, I went to the second floor of the old house. I ran my hands along the wall where the phantom window, the hidden door, should be. Nothing, just old plaster. Then my fingers brushed against something metallic, a small, almost invisible keyhole hidden within the ornate wallpaper pattern. It was the perfect hiding spot. My heart pounded. I raced back to the attic, to the jewelry box. I tried the locket. It didn't fit. Then I remembered the photograph, the man's face. I looked at the back of the locket. There was a tiny inscription. For him. What if the man in the photo wasn't her tormentor? What if he was protecting her? What if the sacrifice was meant for him? I grabbed the locket and ran back to the hidden keyhole. I needed to know. I pushed the locket into the keyhole. It clicked. The wall paneling slowly slid open, revealing a dark, narrow passage. A cold, damp air wafted out, carrying the faint, coppery scent of old blood. I could hear a faint scratching sound from within. My breath hitched. I saw it then, glinting in the darkness, a tarnished silver key, and next to it a folded piece of parchment. It was a confession. The man in the photo wasn't a tormentor. He was my grandmother's protector, a secret lover who'd been trapped in the walls by a jealous, rival suitor who'd framed him for a crime he didn't commit. My grandmother, fearing for her life, had imprisoned him in the walls with a magical ward, hoping to buy herself time to expose the real culprit. She'd left him there, forgotten, to die. The accident that caused her stutter, it was the shock of seeing him again, alive after she'd sealed him away. The scratch I heard was him, still there, a ghost trapped in his own tomb. And the key. It was the key to his release. I stood there, the parchment trembling in my hand, the scratching growing louder. I had a choice to make: release a wronged soul or leave him to his eternal prison. I chose to release him. As the passage widened, a spectral figure coalesced, a man with sad eyes and a grateful smile. He whispered, "Thank you," and then faded into the dust motes dancing in the dim light. I closed the hidden door, the key cool in my palm. I'd uncovered a family secret, a tragic love story, and a hidden injustice. I still have the key. I don't know what to do with it.